Okay, we're gonna practice more of finding area of composite shapes. So I'm gonna look at this one and I notice that it looks like a rectangle, right? But there's a little bit cut off. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut it off, we're gonna subtract it. So the first thing we need to do is we're gonna find the area of the entire rectangle. So pretending there's nothing taken off, the rectangle would have a base of 20 and a height of 12. So area equals base times height would be area equals 20 times 12, which would be 240 square inches. But it's not the entire rectangle because what do you notice? There is a triangle cut out of it. Okay, so I need to subtract that. So I need to find the area of the triangle. Now, what's tricky about that is figuring out what is the base. So I know that this is 8 and this is 8, so that's 16. So what would have to be remaining? That would have to be 4 because the whole thing adds up to 20. So to find the area of the triangle, if I did area equals base times height divided by 2, my area is going to be 4 would be my base times 6 divided by 2. And that's going to get me 12 square inches. So what am I going to do with that? Well, I had a whole rectangle, but I cut the triangle out. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to subtract 12 from 240. And I'm going to get 228. So what that means is my area is 228 square inches. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, now we have this funny looking shape, but if I look at it, it actually looks like a parallelogram, doesn't it? Okay, so when I look at that, I realize, hey, that's a parallelogram with maybe a little bit taken out. So if I find the height of the parallelogram, and then I'm going to subtract that triangle that's taken out. So first we need to start with the area of the parallelogram. And the area of the parallelogram is going to be area equals base times height. So my base is 18 right here, and the height of it is 10 feet. So that's going to be area equals 18 times 10. Which is 180 square feet. But it's not all of it because a triangle is taken out. So I need to figure out what is the area of that triangle taken out so that I can subtract it. So I know the formula for area of a triangle is area equals either 1/2 base times height or base times height divided by 2. So I need to know what's the base and what's the height. Well, knowing what I know, here's my base, this 6, and the height is how tall it is, and that would be this right here. And what's that right there? 18. So that means it's going to be area equals 6 times 18 divided by 2. And that's going to get me 54 square feet. So what do I do with this? Well, I'm going to take that parallelogram, the area of the parallelogram right here, and I'm going to subtract the area of the triangle. So I am going to do 180 minus 54. And I'm going to get 126. So that means the area of this funky looking shape is 126 square feet. So let's do the next one. Now we have a trickier one. We've got a triangle, but then we have a circle cut out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the area of the triangle and subtract the area of the circle. So we're going to start with the area of the triangle. So the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height or base times height divided by 2. So knowing that, I need to plug in the numbers. So I need to know my base. My base is this part right here, which is 16. So I know it's going to be area equals 16 times my height is going up and down here, and it's showing me that over here to be 19. And when I do that, and I plug that into the calculator, I'm going to get that the area of the triangle was 152 square yards. Now that's assuming that the triangle is complete, but it's not, because I need to take that circle out of it. So I need to take this part out of it. So to do that, I need to find the area of the circle. An area of a circle is A equals pi r squared. And we're going to use 3 and 1400ths for pi. So we're going to say 3 and 1400ths times r squared. What does r stand for? I hope you're telling me r is radius, because that is correct. So in this case, it shows me the radius right here, and that is 5. So the radius is 5, so that means it's going to be 3 and 1400ths times 5 squared, which is 25. And when I do that, I'm going to get area equals 78.5 square yards. So now the question is, what do I do from here? Well, what I was talking about earlier is I've got the area of the triangle, but then I'm taking part of this, I'm taking the circle out of it. So I'm going to subtract 152 minus 78 and 5/10. So I'll do 152 minus 78 and 5/10. If I was doing this, I would go ahead and line up the decimals when I'm adding and subtracting. But I did do it on my calculator to make it easier, and I got 73 and 5/10. So the area of the shaded part of this composite figure is 73 and 5/10 square yards. So now looking at this, I have the area, I have a circle, and then I have a trapezoid cut out of it. So what I'm going to need to do is find the area of the circle, the area of the trapezoid, and cut it out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a circle, and the area of a circle is area equals pi r squared. So do I know that? Well, I know that area is 3 and 1400ths times my radius squared. So what is my radius? Well, what I do know is that this right here is the diameter, because that goes across the entire circle. So yes, that looks like the base of the trapezoid, and it is, but that's also the diameter of the circle. But I don't want the diameter for this formula, I want the radius. And the radius is going to be half of that. So that means the radius is 13. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 and 1400ths times 13 squared. And when I do that, I'm going to get area is equal to 530 and 6600ths square inches. But again, I'm not done, because I need to get that trapezoid out of there, because that trapezoid's in there, but it's been subtracted. So I need to go back, look at my formulas, and I know that the formula for the area of a trapezoid, I could do it two ways. One is area equals 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height, or area equals base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. Okay, so I'm going to look, and I need to know what my bases are. So if I look at this, base 1 is going to be this. It really doesn't matter which one you use as base 1 and base 2, as long as you use 1 for base 1 and base 2, 1 for base 2. So I've got 26 and I have 19. So I'm going to have 26 plus 19. And then I need to do times my height. And it shows me right here that my height is 5. And then I'll divide that by 2. So what I'll put in my calculator is 26 plus 19. You need to make sure you do parentheses. so that it knows to add that first and then multiply that by 5 and divide it by 2. And I'm going to get 112 and 5/10. And that's square inches. I would love to say I'm done. All right, next problem. But I'm not. What I did is I found the area of the circle, the area of the trapezoid, and what do I have left to do? I now have to subtract them. So I am going to subtract 530 and 66 hundredths minus 112 and 5/10. And when I do that, I'm going to get 418 and 16 hundredths. So my area of this is 418 and 16 hundredths square inches. Okay, so in this next one, it looks like we have a square with a rhombus or parallelogram taken out of it. So we're going to use our formulas to find the area of the square and then subtract the rhombus. So starting with my square, that's going to be area equals, I could say side squared or base times height because a square is a rectangle. So area equals 25 times 25. And I get 625 square feet. So what that means is I have found the area of the entire thing, but I don't want the entire thing because I want to get rid of that last part. Okay, so I want to get rid of this right here. So I need to subtract that. So first I need to find what is the area of this part right here. So I'm going to do area equals base times height, and the base is 13 and the height is 10. So that means the area is 130 square feet. So the parallelogram in here is 130 square feet, and I need to subtract it from the area of the square. And when I do 625 minus 130, I'm going to get 495. So the area of the shaded region is 495 square feet. Okay, what I can do on this one, okay, when I do this, I've got right here it looks like a rectangle, okay, but I have a part missing from it. So what I need to do is find the area of the rectangle and then subtract that part that's missing from it. So I'm going to start with area of a rectangle, which is area equals base times height. So that would mean area equals, my base would be this 22 and my height would be 11. So that would be area equals 22 times 11. And that would be 242 square yards. Okay, but I've got a part of that missing. The part of that missing is this triangle right here. So what I need to do is I need to find the area of that so I can subtract it. And I know that the formula for a triangle, area of a triangle, is base times height divided by 2. So I need to know what to plug into that formula so that I can solve that. So my base is this part right here. So what would that be? That's going to be the same as this side of that rectangle. So that's going to be 11. So that's what I'm going to write right here is 11. And then my height, it clearly shows that right here, which is 5. So that's going to be 5. So I'm going to say 11 times 5, which is 55, and then divided by 2, which is 27 and 5/10. So the area of the triangle is 27 and 5/10 square yards. So now what I need to do is I need to go ahead and subtract the area of the triangle from the area of the rectangle. So I'm going to do 242 minus 27 and 5/10. And when I do that, I'm going to get 214 and 5/10. So that means the area of the shaded region is 214 and 5/10 square yards. I hope that has helped, and I hope you are understanding area of composite shapes. Bye.